Yo, what is up guys? The Casey's here, and this week we'll be making a really fun weather app. The app's gonna be pretty simple, but at the end of the video, I'll be talking to you guys about a cool giveaway. So make sure and watch all the way through so you guys don't miss that. Let's get started and head to our Xcode project. So starting a single view application, let's name this weather app. And we're gonna be coding in Swift as usual. So I pulled up our designs for our weather app. Basically, it's going to show the temperature. It's going to give us a little indicator what the temperature looks like. Like if it's raining, there could be rain. It's going to give us the location and a description on the weather. And it also changes the background color based off of the weather. So if it's sunny, yellow would make sense. If it's cloudy, maybe like a gray, or if it's like raining, a blue would make a lot of sense. But that's just a heads up. Also, I got these icons right here from the Noun project, which is a really great website for developers if you're not wanting to make your own designs. They have a lot of professional designers that put icons on here, which are royalty free if you have an account with them. So it's not like you have to attribute all the designs because you own the rights to them. So like, look at this. And you can get this icon if you have a paid account and you don't have to give attribution, which is really cool. Anyways, let's head back over to our Xcode project and build out this design. Let's head to the main.storyboard. Again, in this video, I'm going to speed through this. This design is like really simple, so it shouldn't be complex. If you guys have issues with it, let me know. I just want to reduce the size of these videos as much as possible. I think that simple things like the UI can be skipped a lot of the time. I'll show you guys the fast forward version of this, and when we're done, I'll explain a little bit more. Okay, so we have the design basically laid out now with the city that we're in, the temperature description or whatever, and then the actual temperature. If that doesn't make sense, totally drop a comment below and I can help you all out with that. Now we need to get our resources in here. So I'm going to close Sketch because we basically have all the designs done. And I'll close that for now, but let's head over to our assets folder, and I have these two images. Let's drop those in here. I'm not going to be providing these images. I did show you guys where I got the images, so you can go down and download them for free. I didn't create these, so obviously I can't provide them for free. The Noun project is a great place, and you can also get more at the Noun project if you guys would like. So we got those in there. Let's just put in the sunny image. Whoa, does not look good.
Alright, I think that looks good.
That looks good. So now we're gonna head over to our view controller and link up these views that we need. We need a view for the background so we can change its color. We need one for the temperature label, the weather description, and the weather image. So now we're gonna head back over to the storyboard and link all of those up. Our background is gonna be to the view, temperature label, weather description label, and the weather image view. Perfect. We head back to our view controller, and now we just need to one, fetch the data from the server, and then two, populate the views with that data. So where are we getting this data? Glad you asked. You might have already seen it up, but we're going to use the OpenWeatherMaps API. It's free for like low end, so like if you're just doing this for development, just like make a cool app and show your friends, it's free. If you want to start like an actual app, like you will have to pay, but just for the purposes of this video, or just for the purposes of showing your friend, it would be free, which is really cool. So come here, sign up, create an account, and once you've done that, you're gonna want to go to the APIs and look for this current weather data API and click subscribe. Once you've subscribed, I'd go through and read the API documentation. We're going to be accessing the weather through the zip code, like to identify the location. This is what the API response looks like. It's JSON. If you haven't seen JSON before, this is like the main way, or a very common way for APIs to respond with data. There's also like proto buffers and other cool things, but JSON's like a traditional form. It's kind of like a dictionary or an array. So like right here, there's an array of objects. Like it's like an array of a dictionary because there's a key and there's a value. There's a key and then there's a value. Or the chord is a key and then the value is another dictionary. So that's kind of how we parse this data. But to get right into it, this is our API call. So this right here is what we call to get the weather. At the end of this, we have to add our API key. So to get that, when you go to your profile, go to API keys, and then you'll have your API keys here. I'm going to use these for right now, but like you can delete them. So I'll delete these after releasing it or before releasing this video. So don't use mine or they're not going to work. But just like generate your own example, click generate. It'll create an API key for you. And then you can copy that and paste it in here when I show you guys the next step. So the next step is actually making this call. Let me close some of these views here to make it a little bit easier to see. So what we saw in the documentation was this API weather with the zip code. So whatever your zip code is, that goes here. And then whatever country that is, that goes there. And then we're putting the units of imperial because we want Fahrenheit. That's in the documentation if you guys continue to read. And then our app ID is our API key, which we've placed at the back. All that stuff's in the API documentation. Obviously, I would suggest reading that, but I'm not going to make you guys read it by watching this video. So I'm just going to do it in the video, and then if you want to read it, go ahead and read it. But we create a URL like that, and then we create a URL session, and basically we're requesting this data from the API, and it comes back as data, and we take that data and we put it into a JSON serializer. It creates a JSON object or an object of type any, and we convert that into a dictionary of string any, which is our JSON. That's the response we got back. And then we take that and we're parsing through the JSON to get the data that we want. We want to be able to get the, or another way we can do this is by copying this and just going to a browser, make it a little simpler. And you can kind of see this is what the JSON looks like. So we need the weather because we want to get the description, which is like, it's light rain right now. Or it was just heavy and it just reduced down to light rain. We also want to be able to get the temperature, which is right here at 62 degrees. And we also want the icon, which isn't as important, but that icon, you can also match up with their docs and it tells you the exact icon you need to be showing. But in the code, we're basically accessing those elements and then we're passing them on the main queue to a function, which we have not created yet. We pass that then to our function to set the description and set the temperature, and also update the background color based off of the weather and also the weather image. One other thing is this description that comes back isn't formatted very well, so I created a cool extension of a string to capitalize the first letter. Usually I would suggest like splitting these things out more, but just for simplicity's sake on the app, we're gonna keep it like this. Also, another thing that we have to do in order to be able to access the internet is add something called app transport security settings. I'm then gonna do a little drop down and do another plus. We'll allow arbitrary loads and say yes. That will allow us to now access the APIs. And you can run this and it should work. Sweet. So it says it's 62 outside, there's light rain, and it set our image to the cloudy image, which is exactly what we wrote. So everything seems to be working properly. I told you guys about a little giveaway at the beginning of the video. Basically, I'm going to be giving away a $25 Amazon gift card. And to be able to win it, all you have to do is drop a comment below, let me know that you want in on the competition, and then make sure and sub to the channel, and then build on top of this app that we just built. So whether that's adding a weekly forecast through the weather docs using the same API, you could add a weekly weather, you could change up the UI if you wanted to, you could add a cool mechanism for changing location or using the user's current location, something like that. I'll be judging based off of creativity and code cleanliness, and whoever wins the competition, I'll be selecting 3 of you out of everyone, and then I'll be making a video on all 3 of you guys, and then I'll let the channel decide who wins the competition, and I'll be sending you a $25 Amazon gift card. So if that sounds like fun, please let me know, drop a comment below, and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. The weather app in general is really cool. It's like a first step in connecting to APIs for some of you guys, and others of you, it's just like a cool app you can go around and show your friends. I enjoyed making this video this week. Please hit the sub button, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace out.